There was a question here about discuss use of the spur to influence the ribs, abs, and hind legs.
So that was a good question. You guys heard it in the audience. Yeah, discuss use of the spur to influence ribs, abs, and hind legs. Perfect. I have a belief. My thing with the spur. I'm going to put Maddie on the spot. So again, she has to be a thinking rider for me. The spur, Maddie, does that get used to reinforce forward? No. No. For me, no, not at all. I've never used my spur to make the horse go forward. I use my leg. If the horse doesn't respond to my leg, I follow through with the whip. I want my horse sensitized to my leg, so I don't need a spur to make my horse move. That doesn't make sense. I have to have big spurs. I can't make him trot. Well, it's supposed to be light, and you're supposed to have invisible aids later. So if you use your spur to make them go, it's pretty obvious that you're making them go. But we use the spur to reinforce, the same way the whip reinforces. Here's my leg, I ask you to go. You didn't go, touching you with the whip. Simple. Horses learn that on a lunge line, right? We break them right as young horses. They know a lunge whip. Say, trot. Doesn't trot, you shake the lunge whip out. They learn that. So we get on them when we're breaking them as riders. I don't know, Scott, you can tell me too if you don't agree. So we get on them as young horses. They've learned to use the whip. They learn that from the lunge line. So we get on them, we put our helmets on, we're all ready to go, and we ask them to move, and they don't go. We don't have spurs on, which is right. And we start kicking, kick, 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 chasing them around. And we're all scared to touch them with the whip because we think they're going to buck us off. It doesn't make any sense. They have no comprehension of what the leg is supposed to do. They know our voice, and they know the whip. They should be quietly trained to that when they're getting broke. So that shouldn't change. We don't go later, oh, I'm changing the rules now when you're this age so I can do it. So what I say is the spur reinforces our bending aids. It might reinforce a moment of engagement of a hind leg, because engagement of a hind leg under the horse's belly, as it steps under, the belly moves slightly over away from that leg, which creates bend. The rib cage hollows. The body hollows, sorry. So engagement creates bend. There's other ways we can bend the neck too. That also bends the horse a little bit. But we use the spur to say to him, here's my leg needing you to bend your body. And if you don't bend your body right or move in that way, I'm going to use the spur a little bit to reinforce that. Not send you forward, but take that hind leg and give it more reach up under so the body hollows. Does that make sense? Yeah? So for me, I think spur for bending or engagement. The two are really the same if you're in a bending moment. And the whip for forward.